can see me in the mirror, right? Hello, hello, hello. Can you see me, sir? Can you see me? Stop recording me! So it's about 12:40 a.m. right now, and I can't sleep. Most nights I can't really fall asleep at a reasonable time, you know, for a multitude of reasons, but the primary among which is that I just have a ton of energy, basically only at night. So I'm on my motorcycle instead. Just I hope I'm just gonna try to record something interesting and post it on YouTube. I know nobody's gonna watch it, and I don't really care. That's not really the point behind this. I'm not trying to gain an audience with this video. If I wanted to do that, I'd probably plan it out in advance and figure out I'd edit it, I'd set up a script, plan things out a bit more cohesively, thoroughly, whatever. If this video had a point, I would have spent time perfecting that point and making a plan to make this video accomplish that point, I guess. Oh, there was a car at the animal shelter. That was weird. I'm just going down some random roads, not really going anywhere in particular. What should I do? Should I go somewhere new or somewhere I've been before? Because now I'm at a crossroads. There's a literal crossroads in front of me. What should I do? Go left or right? I'm gonna go right. I've been to the right before. But you know, I don't really want to go anywhere crazy right now. Do you know? Why do we say that, you know? Like, why do we say that phrase? What does it mean, you know? Oh, I just said it now, you know? Oh my god, I'm insane! Wow, it's insane. That's crazy, that I'm crazy, that I'm saying, you know, after talking about how absurd it is to say, you know. But I'm not trying to talk about, I'm not trying to be meta. There we go. That's not why I'm doing this video. I literally just want to talk about random stuff. I mean, it's midnight. It's almost 1 a.m. actually. It's a lot closer to 1 a.m. than it is to midnight. This is my active hour. This is when I am at my peak during the day. The camera's pointing it down a bit too much. You know what? That's probably fine. You can see me in the mirror, right? Hello, hello, hello. Can you see me, sir? Can you see me? Stop recording me! Stop! Stop recording me! Okay, I'm done. That wasn't funny. Now here's the thing, I'm not really in touch with social media. I mostly just watch YouTube, and even then I watch obscure stuff like Starship Rocket, SpaceX rockets and stuff like that, right? So I'm not really in touch with what's popular as much as I would like to be. But I do know that there's this trend, or I guess it's not really a trend, it's a thing. I don't know what do you call this, it's a trend, whatever, of ADHD motorcyclists, right? Where it's like kids with bikes that act all goofy and crazy, or not kids, I'm just saying, like, you know, people that act very energetic. Now, I'm not saying that that's wrong, right? I'm not saying, oh, I hate that, that's so stupid and immature. Props to them for doing something, you know, for putting themselves out there and making something of their lives. As silly and goofy as it might be, it's something, you know, and that's what matters. It's not harming anybody, and it's actually providing entertainment to people. But I don't think I want to be that type of person. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really set in my ways, so to speak. I don't really have like preferences for like making videos. Oh shoot, this guy was trying to go to the right, left. I move out of people's way when I ride because I don't really want to, I don't know, interact with cars. Other riders, it's okay, but cars, no. Cars are my greatest enemy as a motorcyclist. Oh, look at that! I shifted into neutral without any issue. Okay. Okay, buddy. Bro, this song is slapping. I'm just a single molecule. Oh my god, this song is so good, bro. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't want to be an ADHD motorcyclist with all the goofy quirks and whatnot. But, I don't know, I like to scream. So, what's the compromise here? Do I scream and make myself look like a fool and goof around? Or do I sit on this bike and act all serious? And pretend like I'm not riding a literal, like, what even is this thing, bro? Like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, this would have been inconceivable. But this is a literal monster. There's explosions happening thousands of times a minute under my butt. Actually, closer to my balls. If you think about it, the engine is actually right in the middle of the bike, kind of, you know. So I'm sitting kind of to the back of the engine. But yeah, you know, do I act all stoic and act all mature? And yeah, this is the life, brother. This is what we're all about. I'm here to prove to you that I'm a man and I can do this because I got a plan. I'm the man with the plan, and the plan is the same as it's been for the whatever. Point being, I'm undecided, but I'm at least acknowledging the meta. Because whenever I watch YouTube, and actually, I'll admit, most of my social interaction comes from YouTube. Oh, that's just a random truck. What the hell? This is just a dude there. Is there a guy in that car, bro? What on earth? That was kind of weird. But anyway, I'm acknowledging the meta of being an ADHD motorcyclist. I'm not saying I am one, nor am I saying that I would like to be, or that I don't want to be, or that I don't like them. But I am merely saying that I am acknowledging the meta because whenever I watch YouTube and I see these things, it feels weird for me to realize that, right? To see that someone's acting in a specific way and not to point it out. Like, they don't acknowledge it. I don't know if this makes any sense or if this is just my broken, weird brain talking here. Oh, I hope that's not a cop, because I wanted to speed across this intersection. I'm not going to cross the red light. I'm just saying that... Oh. Wow. My cop detector is on point today. Oh, shit. Copaloonies, paparazzi, the blue and red paparazzis are there. Buddy, you are not going faster than me in a Jeep. I'm sorry to say. This bike might only have a 451cc engine, but it's still gonna outrun a Jeep, I think. See, I haven't really done any racing with this thing. I didn't really take it to be a race bike. Shit, there's a ambulance. Oh my god, there's a literal ambulance. I could tell because of that flashing light at the intersection. What the heck, dude? What city am I living in? Last night I went out for a ride again. Or I guess I should say I went for a ride last night and I'm doing it now again. But I saw an ambulance, or rather a fire truck, last night as well. What is going on in the city, bruh? There's a bunch of old people here, so maybe they're all having heart attacks or something. Like, I don't understand. Are people overdosing on drugs? Are people getting injured? And it's not just these past 2 nights. I've been seeing a large amount of ambulances and fire trucks and fire rescue. And yeah, I think there's a difference between fire rescue and ambulance. But like, I don't understand why is this happening? Are these people, like, is the risk of mortality in this city particularly high? Or am I just witnessing them more often? Or am I going out at a time during which people are more likely to get injured or otherwise require medical or, I guess, fire truck assistance? Because think about it, right? It's midnight, but it's also summer break in a city that is known for, like, vacationing and partying. Not really partying, because people here are old. I don't know, maybe old people party too. But maybe, because of all these factors of people hanging out and drinking and taking probably drugs, maybe they get into more trouble as a result of being impaired, and thus... Okay, I waved at that guy and he didn't wave back. And thus are in need of such assistance that I am noticing a lot of. I don't know. Anything could be possible. Anything could be possible. Although, we gotta use what we do know and guess about what we don't know, and then test that guess. That's the scientific process. That's kind of what I'm doing here right now. Come on, come on, come on, turn green. I am a law-abiding citizen. I don't run red lights that often. I'm just kidding, I don't ever do that. I'm gonna turn my engine off. Oh shit, there's people. Oh, fuck me. Oh, damn it. Just gonna take a short break. I'm actually gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna turn my thing off at that point. Okay, my headphones still have battery. Okay. Rising. I'm going to the bathroom. Don't mind me. There's nobody here. That would be so awkward. In the song. In the song. I still got battery. Where's this? That's pretty good. Oh boy. I don't find this spooky at all, honestly. I've heard some people say that this is scary. They remark that I must be terrified when I tell them that I go out at night like this, but honestly, man, this is so nice and peaceful. It's the most relaxing time of day, and look at this beautiful bike. Oh, how could I resist the urge to ride this thing everywhere I possibly can? Look how beautiful this thing is, oh my god. Oh, I just want to squeeze that seat. Squeeze it hard. Never squeezing anything else. That is a fact. Never, whatever, that doesn't make any sense. So there are people there. As such, I will not be venturing out onto the sand at this location unless I discreetly walk into the middle of the street, pretending to look into the road, and then turn around. I didn't see anybody, but I'm probably guessing they're still there, so I'm just gonna go. Whatever. Whatever. Nah. What the heck? Huh? Oh, I forgot that I locked it. In the song, Mary, married. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, boom. This light's not gonna turn green for me, is it? Should I just wait? Honestly, yeah. I got time. I got the whole night. I'm probably not gonna fall asleep until like 3 a.m. and then wake up at like 11 or 12. But that's okay. My plan is to upload this video as an unedited long video on YouTube, and then I would like to edit it down and make it funny, right? But I'll do that like at one go, so once a week I'll do that. But this video I'm just gonna upload. Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't understand what's going on there. I don't really want to wait, so let's go. So anyway, I want to upload this video as a standalone video, you know, so that people can watch it and have entertainment or whatever. I don't know what people watch videos for. I certainly I don't really do anything else except for watch videos on YouTube. That's why I'm doing this. Because I figured that there are people like me out there who would actually maybe benefit from what I post. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, this video is going to be posted in its unedited entirety. Oh my god! This video is going to be posted in its unedited entirety to YouTube. And then I'm going to edit this video with some other videos together to make them sound goofy. Is that a motorcyclist? No way. Oh, it's not. I saw a single headlight and I was like, what? There's another one out here? No way. I'm not alone. But then I remembered that I'm forever alone and I'm never going to not be alone because that's just what I am. I'm an alone person. Hello, car. Goodbye, car. I could just keep out. It's a kitty! Oh my god, it was a kitty! There's no way! No, I want to go back! The kitty, bro. It was a kitty. That was so cute. Oh my god. Unfortunately, though, I probably scared the hell out of it with this bike, so I'm not going to go back and try and pet him, even though I want to, bro. It's such a cute little cat. He was gray, and he was kind of fluffy. Not really that fluffy, because it was, you know, it's Florida, and a fluffy cat would probably die in like 5 seconds. Well, not 5 seconds. How long would a fluffy cat last out here? Ooh, I'm going a bit too fast for that turn. Is this what ADHD is like, where you just keep talking inside and like I'm just externalizing it, or I guess verbalizing it right now? Because I have so many thoughts coming to me and I'm trying to get them all out as fast as I can, because I don't normally get an opportunity to do this kind of stuff, right? Most people get an opportunity to interact, all right, to express their thoughts by talking and hanging out with their friends, or I guess hanging out and talking with their friends. But I don't really have friends to like actually, talk about stuff like this. I guess stuff like this. I'm not really talking about anything right now, but just to talk. Is that pathetic? Is that weird just to admit? Do people find that to be like embarrassing or something? Is that like something I shouldn't probably put on YouTube? I don't know, man. I really don't care, honestly. I don't have anything to lose. I mean, okay, that's not really a good thing to say. I have a lot to lose. I mean, life is great. Not in some ways. In other ways, it's not that great. There are problems. Why am I listening to M83? This is depressing. Not bad. It's just kind of depressing, and I don't want to be depressed right now. Eleusine Corazon. I like that song. I listen to a lot of obscure psychedelic stoner rock kind of stuff. I don't really know what it's called. That's where I found it. I found it in playlists. Like this particular song was in a playlist called Psychedelic Space Rock, which has like 1,700 songs in it, by the way, and I listen to that almost all the time. I absolutely love this type of music. I love listening to, I don't want to say obscure, but things that are just a bit more esoteric, like a little bit more different, Like, for example, I like listening to bands that have like 50 listeners on Spotify, because some of them pump out some insane stuff. I mean, there's this one band called Red Light Skyscraper, right? They make like alternative, psychedelic, stoner kind of rock. It's not really that crazy. It's just, it's like chilled out instrumental rock. It's kind of like Pink Floyd, but a bit less, psyche, like just a bit more normal, like rock kind of, but slow and interesting to listen to, with interesting chords and ideas. And I love listening to that because it's like I feel like I'm broadening my horizons. It's like watching a new movie, It's just a sense of novelty. And it's obviously it's good music. I enjoy it. What else is music for but if not to be enjoyed? Although I guess you could use music for like to enhance your mood or to help your focus, or anyway, do that kind of stuff. Music is kind of like a drug, and you can apply it because there's different types of it. You can apply it for different effects, right? Like some music will make you feel, it'll increase your heart rate, and it'll release some cortisol and adrenaline into your blood, and it'll make you feel hyped up, like bass, EDM, that kind of stuff. And then there's other music, like what I'm listening to right now, which is not really very depressing, but it's calm while also complex. There's ideas and melodies. It's like listening to a story, right? It's like watching Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, for most of its entirety, isn't really that action intense. There are some parts where it is active and there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens, but for the most part, it's like a very intense journey where things happen at a moderate pace, right? In fact, even a slow pace, but things do happen. That's what it feels like to listen to this song. It's telling me something, but it's doing so slowly and with nuance. There's a lot of detail in the instruments. It just sounds nice. I don't know what I'm saying here. I sound pretentious as hell right now, but that's the point. That's the point of this. I want to sound at all. I just want to sound like a human being, I guess. I don't want to be... like, the alternative for me tonight would have been to sit in my room and feel just shitty. Just feel horrible for an hour or 2 hours before I eventually found it within myself to put my head down on a pillow and try to sleep. I don't know, man. This might be my, like, unresolved anxiety or something talking, but this is a great effort, I think. And I figured that if I don't do anything ever, I'm never going to be anybody. I'm never going to have friends. I'm never going to have money. I'm never going to have anything. And so I figured doing something like this, although it might not be immediately successful, does cast a vote for what I actually do want for my life. I would love to have an audience, even though I'm not really good at anything or particularly educated in any field or subject area, but I would love to have someone listening to me, and I'd love to listen to someone else in turn. I'd love to have a conversation with a fellow human being. Seeing as that's not really possible for me right now, or at least I don't really know how to do it, I'm doing this instead. Just riding my motorcycle around at midnight, emulating a healthy social dynamic dialogue. This isn't really a dialogue though, but I'm pretending that it is. Because this is how I'd speak to someone if they were, with me. If, like, I was talking to someone and they were asking me questions and whatnot, this is how I'd talk to them. I'd respond like this, Hey, man, yeah, this is a pretty cool thing you've just shown me. Yeah. Hey, dude, nice cock. I don't know where that came from. I really don't know. That's my Tourette's acting up. What is it with all these cops, dude? That is the 4th police car I've seen. I saw those 2 at the beginning at that intersection, and I saw another one. Actually, I think there were another 2 back behind me just a few minutes ago. And then I just saw another one. And holy moly, look at how many people are there, bro. Okay, there's definitely some alcohol stuff happening in this city. Because there are a ton of cars there, and it's 1 a.m. And I know they're not kids, and they're not teenagers. They're probably adults or old people drinking at a bar. But that's just my guess. That's my hypothesis based on the circumstances and the available evidence that I can immediately access or something like that. Man, every time I see a single headlight appear from behind a bush or something on the road, I get this thrill because I feel like it's another motorcyclist, you know? I mistake the single headlight for a motorcycle headlight, and I get excited because, oh my god, it's a fellow person, like on a bike, like me. I know I already said this, but it is such an uncanny feeling to see a single headlight emerge from behind an obstacle, and only for it to be followed up seconds later by a second headlight. That disappointment is just so crushing. Although, what am I really expecting? That they're going to stop or turn around and follow me and interact with me? Like, that's not going to happen. I haven't met a single person. I mean, the only people I've talked to on bikes since I've got this bike in March was an old guy on a really cool looking Honda, I think Silver Wing or something like that. But that's basically a car. I've had some exchanges every now and then. Like, someone remarked that my bike was nice, and another guy, while we were stopped in traffic, he rolled his window down and he said, "Hey bro, that's a nice bike. Is it 400cc?" And I told him it was 450. So that was a cool interaction. But like, beyond that, there hasn't really been anything more substantial. You know, something that would result in a lifelong friendship. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to meet someone on the road right now who would want to be my friend forever. That's the weirdest and probably most mentally unhealthy thing to do or to say. And I'm not being fully serious right now, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? Imagine you just go out searching and somebody finds you and they're like, "Hey dude, you're pretty cool, let's hang out." Like, that would be a dream come true. I don't know. This is probably very embarrassing. I can't really tell. And it just happened again, the single headlight from that truck. I completely mistook it for a motorcycle. You know what, let's see what battery percentage my headphones are at, because if they are higher than 20% right now, I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna flash my brake light just so this Tesla knows that I'm here. And I can tell that's a Tesla because it might be a Hyundai, or a Dodge Charger, or a Kia. Bro, what? Oh, it's an Infiniti. Okay, all my guesses were wrong. It's kind of weird though. He's slowing down. All right, buddy. What's the move? Are we gonna fight? Are we gonna tussle? That guy is kind of freaking me out a little bit. That's unusual behavior. Huh. Might be an older person who is just wary of a biker on the road with no protective gear. And yes, that is something. Oh, that's another thing I've seen online a lot. People don't really wear protective gear on social media. Actually, no, some do, and some don't. And yes, oh, what the hell? Uh-oh. There appears to be an obstruction in the road. That is very fascinating. I would most definitely not want to crash into these guys. What in the world are they doing? They're fixing the traffic light. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know it needed fixing. But that's another thing I've seen on social media. Some people don't wear any protective gear. And obviously there's all those females who like to flaunt their bodies on bikes for attention. And that's, I mean, that is the one meta that I don't think is okay. Like, that's just weird, bro. But like, they don't wear protective gear, obviously, and some guys don't either. In fact, a lot of these the ADHD bikers don't either, right? They just wear a t-shirt and some shorts or some long pants or whatever, and that's not good. And I know I'm doing it now. I'm not wearing any gear. I've only got on a shirt and some shorts and obviously underwear and shoes and socks. This guy is still behind me. What in the world? He's keeping pace. Okay, let me speed up a bit and see if he follows. That'd be very interesting. He might want my attention. Maybe he wants to be my friend. Maybe this is exactly what I've been hoping for all along. Wouldn't that be crazy? No, he's not keeping pace. Okay, so nothing fishy going on. Oh, actually, whatever. Wearing gear is the most important thing you can do on a motorcycle, because on a motorcycle you are not protected from anything. If anything hits you, or if you lose balance, you're screwed. Or I guess I should speak for myself because I'm the one on the motorcycle. Basically, a car grants you some protection, right? If you crash into something with the car, there's crumple zones. The engine is designed to brake, or at least to absorb the impact in a specific way so as to protect you from dying, basically. But on a motorcycle, all you've got protecting you is nothing. I mean, literally, this windshield is probably going to kill me first, if anything. This windshield in front of me is not going to protect me. That's why wearing gear is important, because when you slide, you have the gear there to absorb the friction from sliding on the road, so you don't turn into a meat crayon, or at least not initially, or instantly, or whatever. But right now, I'm not wearing anything. And I used to wear a jacket. I have a motorcycle jacket with padding and armor, and I used to wear it every time I went out on this bike. But it got so uncomfortable and so inconvenient that I just decided to stop. I forwent my safety for a bit of convenience and comfort. Is this a good thing to do? Very likely not. In fact, I would say that it is not. It is definitively not a good thing. But who cares, right? Yeah, right. It's reckless behavior. That's what we do as young people. Although I'm not really that young anymore. I used to be younger. Didn't we all? I used to be way younger, as a matter of fact. In fact, there was a time when I was the youngest person on Earth. Now, that was a wild time. I remember those days fondly. But ever since then, I've gotten older, which sucks. I wish I could fix that, but, you know, science isn't there yet. And neither is astrology. And ever since I've gotten older, I've begun to realize that getting older is not that fun. Because looking forward to the future means you miss out on the present. And when you get to the future, and you've missed out on the present in the past, the present in the future becomes a present of looking back to the past in regret of the things you wish you'd done in the present of the past, which would have been your then present. In other words, getting older comes with regrets. Inevitably. I don't think there's a single person on Earth who doesn't have regrets, unless they have a very good life, a very satisfying and meaningful life, or they've figured themselves out completely before they turn 21, or just, I don't know, they're psychotic or something. I don't know. I'm not a psychological expert or anything like that. Oh, this song is so good, man. What is going on with all these musics? I'm listening to Spring Song by Naxatros right now. And you've probably never heard of Naxatros, which is fair, because they are not very popular. But as I said before, I love listening to this type of music. If you give this song a listen, bro, this one is a bit depressing, but it's also very nice and sad. It's like low-key and makes you feel warm inside, you know, like you're safe, you're happy, you know, it makes you feel like you're surrounded by people. Is that restaurant really called Roadies? Okay. I've heard there's connotations behind that, but I'm not going to get into that. What the hell was that? Yeah, this song right now is so beautiful. I'm gonna turn it off because this is such a beautiful song. Makes me feel like I'm comforted, you know? Makes me feel like someone's giving me a hug right now. Literally does. And it's a great song. And you should definitely listen to it. Spring Song by Naxatros. It's beautiful. I wish I could make music like this. In fact, this inspires me to want to play my guitar a bit more. A lot more. I mean, I've been wanting to play my guitar for a long time, but I can't really ever get around to doing it. See, the problem I have, and I don't know if I speak for anyone else or if anyone else can relate, but I often underestimate everything before I begin, right? I'll always anticipate the worst. Oh, I'm not smart enough, strong enough, ugly, okay, well, I'm not smart, strong, or capable enough to do, or deserving enough, or whatever enough to get what I want or do what I want. Which sucks. It's a sucky experience, because that means you miss out on a lot of things because you effectively stop yourself because you have this preconceived notion that you don't have what it takes, or you don't have the qualifications or the prerequisites to engage in the activity that you want to engage in. As in my case, I've missed out on a lot of good stuff in my life because I simply didn't feel like I was supposed to do it, because I didn't fit in, or I didn't deserve it, or anything like that. This guy is following me, bro. It's the same. No, I don't think it's the Infiniti. This is an Audi. He's staying on my pace right now. Staying on my pace, on my tail? What's the word when someone's like tailing you? Okay, so he's tailing me. Wow, isn't that interesting? This guy is he's getting close. Oh shit, he's pulling up. Oh my god, I have to fight. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna whip out my Glock 57. Oh, he's pulling up. Oh my god, what if he wants to fight me, dude? Can you hear what I'm saying right now? Nah, totally not. Unless he's hacked into my comms. I don't have comms. I have a Bluetooth headset. Hello there, sir. Completely blacked out. Very blacked out. That car's tint is probably illegal. Wait, is that a 2.0T? Bro, I was expecting some, like, one of the 3.0Ts or something. I was expecting this to be like an S4 or an RS3 or something. That's an Audi with a 2-liter engine and a turbo, and that turbo is tiny. with a quad exhaust, lowered, and legal tint on every single piece of glass in that car. Bro, I don't know about that, man. I listen, like I said before, I don't want to judge people, and I don't want to judge trends and stuff like that prematurely or without a good reason, right? But come on, bro. Like, I have a 2-liter Audi as well. Granted, it's a bit older, and it's an A4, so it's not as impressive. But I'm not gonna deck it out and make it look like a sports car. I mean, it's literally stanced right now. That thing is lowered to the floor. It's got probably an inch of space between the hubs and the wheels themselves. Like, what? Broski, see, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not an expert on cars, but I just find that a little questionable in some ways. Oh, that's a guy with his girlfriend. Oh, okay, that's nice. This is the Infiniti that's been with me for all those miles. Where am I going? Wait, what? I don't even... Wait, hold up. What the where am I going right now? I completely lost track of where I was. I mean, I know where I am because I literally just been going straight for the past 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Actually, it's been exactly 10 minutes. Okay. But, like, where am I right now? Where am I going? Do I even have a direction? Do I have a direction in general? Does my life have any direction? Is this a good time for an existential crisis? No, it's not, because this song just started picking up, and I absolutely love it. Please listen to it, man. I don't know who's going to watch this video. I don't know if there's going to be more than 10 views on this video, ever. But if you see this video and you reach this point and you hear the words I'm saying right now, which is a very big if, given the likelihood of anyone watching my video, let alone watching it all the way through to this point. If you're listening to what I'm saying, please listen. Give it 4 minutes of your time. Give this song, let's see how long it is. It's 5.5 minutes long. Please give it 5.5 minutes. Just listen to it. And then tell me that you don't like it. Or just never listen to it again. But, like, take a chance on this song, man. It's so beautiful. It's obscure. Nobody listens to it except for probably me. I'm probably the only person on earth that listens to this song right now. I absolutely love... Oh, I am the only one. I probably am the only one that's listening to it right now. But I'm saying in general. Please listen to it. Give attention to these small artists because they are so talented. They make music that is incomprehensible. I listen to a lot of, like, alternative rock, progressive rock, EDM. I listen to everything. And I know that's a cliche thing to say, but I seriously do. I listen to hip-hop, like Travis. I listen to Travis Scott in one day and then Pink Floyd in the next minute. Then I listen to Mozart or Beethoven. In fact, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is absolute peak. But I digress. Take it from someone who listens to a lot of mainstream stuff and also a lot of obscure stuff. Listen to the obscure stuff. This is how we breed creativity. This is how we bring it out. This is how we create creativity. It has to be stimulated. And you only stimulate it by giving it energy, time, and attention. And if you listen to this song, Spring Song by Nixatris, you will be doing that. You will be breeding creativity. You will directly be contributing to the success of an independent artist or a small artist. And in turn, that will further improve the diversity of media we have in music, basically. Okay, I'm out. It's getting a bit too dark here, and I know that there's a huge curve up ahead that leads to a very remote-looking place, and I'm not really keen on that right now. By the way, I'm completely alone out here. Like, right now, I am just utterly and entirely alone. There is not a single car within miles of me right now. I don't see a single car, and I know that goes for a long distance, so there's no car behind me, and there's no cars ahead of me. I am completely alone here. This is insane. If I were to die, or if something were to happen to me, no one would be able to come and help me. Unless they... Well, I mean, they would, eventually. That was a backpack. That was a backpack. Oh. That looked like a backpack. I'm gonna ignore it. I don't want to go back there because it would be wasting time right now, and I just don't really feel like doing that right now, you know? And I've already forgotten the location of said backpack. But yeah, I'm completely alone, just save for this truck, this trucker, and he's about to pass me forever. I'm never gonna see that car again. Okay, I might actually. I'm starting to run out of things to say. Oh, and there's another car. Why do they always approach me with their high beams on? What is? I don't understand. Like, yes, you gain a little bit of visibility by turning on your high beams, or are those just the low beams? But they're very new and modern and LED. Are those high beams? Those look like high beams to me. Why drive? Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, driving with high beams there might be something to this, actually. I can see a lot more now. I can see all the way down the street. I can see all the signs, at least. Yo. Maybe all these old people have they got a good thing going. Actually, they've got this right. Maybe I'm the one who's been getting it wrong all this time. Huh. You should listen to Beast by Birdstone. Yet another very obscure artist, but this song is just so good. It's not supposed to blow your socks off, right? It's not gonna, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever heard. But it's music that feeds your brain. It's like eating bread. It's not the best and most unique and novel experience on earth. But in a world so full of novel distractions and novel stimulation, drugs, hyperactive content, super fast editing, music that is always bouncy and upbeat and super entertaining and energetic, give a chance to something that is a bit less stimulating. Your mind will thank you for it. And because it's not because it's less stimulating, rather it's because it's new. The blandness of this music, the simplicity, not really simplicity, but the genericism of this music, I don't even know if that's a word. It's not generic either, man. The obscurity of this music is what lends to its novelty, because it's not something you would expect to enjoy. It's not as enjoyable as the stuff that you listen to traditionally, right? Someone who's only ever listened to hip-hop his entire life is probably not going to like classical music that much. If you listen to something that's a bit difficult to understand, like Bach, right? I don't even like Bach. I've listened to classical music my whole life. When I was like 12 years old, I happened to find a bunch of classical music discs in my parents' house, and I ripped all of them to my computer, and I just listened to them, and I loved them. I loved most of it. But I didn't like Bach, and I also don't really like Vivaldi. I love romantic era classical music, and that's my personal preference, because I've been able to find a use case for it. I've been able to find a time when listening to that music fit my mind, I guess you could say. For example, Tchaikovsky, whatever you want to call him. Absolute peak. Rachmaninoff. Oh my god, if you haven't listened to Rachmaninoff and you die, you have lived an incomplete life. Same goes for Tchaikovsky. And then I'd extend this probably to some other artists, I'm calling everybody an artist now, composers. Like, let's see, Richard Wagner, although he was a bit of I think he might have been a Nazi. I don't really know. I don't know the story with Richard Wagner. I don't really know. I've just heard that Hitler really liked him, and there might be something bad about that, I guess. But like, I don't know. Oh, there's another biker. Oh my god! Oh my god! I have to go follow him! Please, don't leave me, please! I'm so lost! But anyways, I was saying, you don't have to not listen to things because they're not your usual taste. Take a chance on something new, and you might be surprised. And genuinely give it a chance. Just listen to it. Your mind's gonna protest. This goes for anything in life. This is a lesson I've learned the hard way. I'm 21 years old, and I'm as unaccomplished as it gets. I still live with my parents. I'm still kind of pathetic, right? I've got this motorcycle that I paid for with my school fund. With extra money that I got from school. Now, I do have a lot of skills and stuff. I'm not a complete loser, right? Like, I can program, but I'm not really remarkable. I'm not a remarkable person. I don't have a big social circle. I don't really have what you would consider to be success. I mean, in any capacity. So, what was I saying again? Oh, yes. I've learned that the reason for this is because I simply never got outside of my comfort zone. And this doesn't mean that I never experienced hardship. It means that I never did something that I didn't want to do physically. Well, I never did something that I didn't feel like doing. Or I guess, okay, no. I don't really do things. I have a habit of not doing things that take me outside of my comfort zone. For example, if I know that I want to play the guitar well, that's a desire of mine. That would lead me to a meaningful life. If I died being able to shred the guitar like David Gilmour, I would have died a complete person, because that's something I very much want. But so why don't I have that now? Because I don't put I don't put into time and energy required to get to that point. I don't suffer. So basically that's it. To get what you want in this life, you've got to suffer. You suffer either way. If you don't do anything, you suffer the pain of regret. You either suffer the pain of regret or the pain of having to make mistakes. For example, with guitar, I'm not going to be able to play Pink Floyd Keep Talking or any of that stuff out of the gate. Keep Talking is my favorite song, by the way. I wanted to drop it at some point during this video because I absolutely love that song. But I'm not going to be able to play that song out of the gate because I never did it. I didn't learn, you know? And I'm not born with the knowledge of how to play that song. I'm only born with the knowledge of how to eat, drink, poop, breathe, beat my heart, and have a lot of anxiety. So I've got to learn that. And the way I learned that is by applying one of humanity's greatest strengths, if not our greatest strength. We can adapt to anything. We can learn to do anything as long as we want to do it. If I wanted to build a nuclear bomb, okay, that's a bit of an extreme example, but if I wanted to build an electric car from scratch, build my own batteries, build my own electronics, I could do it. It might take me a long time to do, but I could do it. Now imagine how much shorter it would take if I used resources that were already available to me. right? I could use screens that were already made in China, or I could use batteries that are already prefabricated. Now, what if I just bought that car? See, money takes the suffering out of getting what you want. But money can't do that for everything. Money cannot make you a good guitar player. It can accelerate that process. It can help you buy good gear and afford a good teacher. And in fact, that would be very helpful for me right now. I don't have money for a teacher, so I'm learning by myself. I bought some chord and scale books to learn from. And I'm obviously going to be using YouTube as well. But I know that if I had a teacher, my suffering would be decreased because the teacher would be he'd manage me. He'd manage me so that I would learn efficiently. So in short, life is about suffering for the things that you want. Life is suffering. Everyone suffers. But the few moments of joy and satisfaction we do get are so profound and so important that they are worth suffering 99% of the time for. I believe that for sure. And even then, your suffering decreases as you adapt to a certain circumstance. In some cases. I don't know if I should say that because I'm not a psychological expert. I don't know if that's true. Okay. I got that out of the way. Oh my god, bro, that was a doozy. I think I'm about to head home. It's almost 2 a.m. now. It's 1:20 a.m. I'm uploading the entirety of this video to YouTube, unedited. And then, at the end of the week, or sometime this week, I'm going to take a few hours aside and put a few hours aside, and I'm going to edit the crap out of this thing. How am I going to edit it? What am I going to leave in, and what am I going to take out? I honestly don't know. You know what? Why would I edit it? I haven't stopped talking this whole time. I don't think there's anything I want to edit out. I mean, what am I going to edit? What am I going to do when I edit it? Am I going to add sound effects or something? I'm going to add some lo-fi music and post to this video. Like, I'm just going to put it in my DaVinci, because GoPro records all these videos as separate files. I think on a GoPro, at least my GoPro, it's the Hero 5 from like 2016. It can only record videos that are up to, I think, 4 gigabytes in size or 3 gigabytes. And it usually ends up being about 10 minutes of recording, which is huge. I know, it's a massive amount of storage, but I digress. I have to stitch them all together in DaVinci Resolve. And when I do that, I'm probably going to add some music, some lo-fi, some copyright-free or royalty-free lo-fi. That's probably a good idea. And I don't think anyone's going to watch this. That's not why I'm making it. And I think that's what matters most in life. Why? Why do we do anything? I think that's the single most important thing you can ever ask yourself. Why am I doing this? I don't know if I want to go home, man. I want to keep doing this. This is so therapeutic for me. You have no idea. But you probably do have an idea. I mean, I don't know your situation. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Oh my god. But this is literally so cathartic, man. This is amazing. I'm getting so much off my chest right now. I feel like supercharged. And the weather's beautiful. It's not that cold, not that hot. Let's see if my headphones have more than 20% charge still. If they do, I'll go for a couple more minutes. I'm pretty sure my GoPro might die soon, though. Yeah, my GoPro's gonna die soon, so I'm gonna call it. Oh, but I don't want to. But I don't want to go home. I've only been recording for 45 minutes. Bruh. Well, that's alright. I think now's as good a time as I need to call it.